Everybody trying to be content creators and trying to go viral. You want to go viral?
Okay, you want to go viral. Let's go viral then.
Say let.
Let go.
Let's embrace it. Let's love it. Let's enjoy it. And let's give them the experience of their life. That's Roswell for you, baby. Come together. And guys, this is Speaking Out Loud. I appreciate you guys joining us. Don't forget to share and dance like you just don't care. It's early in the morning. Let's have a day. And like I said, be a friend. Tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Shout out PMS.
Good morning and welcome to Speaking Out Loud. I am your host, Rene Ruiz, and along with me is the man with the buys, the man with the tries, the one with the broad chest, the one, the only, Rene Borba. Johnny.
Yo.
Good morning, brother. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad. Kicking off the Christmas festivities on this beautiful Monday, 12/22, 6:32 a.m. What a day! What a day! We have a caller right away this morning. Let's hear what our caller has to say. Speaking Out Loud. What's your name? What would you like to talk about?
Oh, this is Nate Reyes, and I want to talk about how you don't want to pay up, buddy.
Do tell. Let the viewers know.
Yeah. So what's going on, dude? When are you gonna pay your dues, bro? We're coming into the championship game for fantasy football, and you yet to do your punishment from last year.
What's the punishment?
You know what the punishment is? You go into an establishment with a blow-up doll. I suck at fantasy football.
I love the persistency. I do got to pay that debt. If I don't, I think Nate said got to cough up a little bit of bread, right? Is that what's at stake here?
You got to cough up the whole amount. Your money's in earnest.
Yikes.
You don't do the debt, dude. You don't do the debt. The money stays in earnest and goes back to the members.
I think that's a valid statement made by you, Nate. I appreciate the call, Nate. And I think me and you are both in the finals here, yeah?
I can't say yeah. I mean, he still has one more player. I'm not gonna jinx it, but he still has one more player, but I'm still projected to win. So I might see you in the championship.
I had a baby. Well, I'll see you this weekend. I know you were upset about Borba's friend. I'm not sure who he is, but Aaron not switching his quarterback in fantasy football.
Man, that was sus. That was sus.
Not making us look good here, JB. But Nate, I appreciate the call, brother. Let's have a day.
You too,
Later, bro.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Hey, money's being held. Money's being held for ransom if the boy don't pay his dues. I respect it. I respect it fully, immensely. JB, what's up with your boy Aaron though? He had Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback, and he had Joe Burrow under his IR column, but didn't start Joe Burrow. Not that it would have made a difference. I am putting belt to A. I mean, I'm Anthony Joshua over the weekend, and the gentleman that I was playing is Jake Paul. And I kind of hit him with that nice little uppercut left hook. Left hook, dropped him. I'm up big. I'm up massive. And I still have Jonathan Taylor and Christian McCaffrey. So it doesn't matter, but it is a little sus that he did not make any moves on his roster. Maybe he just knew, though. Maybe he knew that he had no chance, so he was just like, take my donation. It is what it is. But
yeah, that's
NFL Week 16, JB. What a hell of a football weekend. We are we're getting close to where there's no football at all. So we need to enjoy these moments, embrace them of what football we do have left. As we get to these last 2 weeks of the NFL, there's going to be a lot of games that don't matter. And there's going to be a lot of games. I mean, there's going to be a handful of games that do. JB, this weekend, though, you want to go – what we do every Monday on Overreaction Monday, we like to go into the winning locker rooms, JB. Shall we just jump in right away and get into those winning locker rooms?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's go into Jacksonville. Jacksonville Jaguars getting a massive win over the Denver Broncos this weekend in a 34-20 victory over the Denver Broncos and Bo Nix. Let's go into the locker room here with Liam Conan and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Oh, come on. Belt, bro. Did they just bring out the belts, JV? Is that what you just saw right there?
I think so. Yeah. BTA.
Yeah, these boys are hype. Oh, man. Bro, let me start this over.
Hey,
Jay, the
I'm so
producer,
proud of you guys,
going
man.
on?
I'm so proud of you. Again,
Yeah,
how
man,
about
we'll
our
start.
quarterback? Trips, unbelievable. Parker Washington, get out here! Dude, Darian Jones! And then being at your best when your best is required, punting it, pinning them at the 1 yard line. Hey, so proud of you. I love you guys. The job's not even completely even close to being done. Ain't even close.
Not even
close.
Not even close.
Okay, but that's one more, man. That's 11. That's 11. All right, but we're just a small market team. Thank you for the play. We're just a small.
And just for context, that small market team reference there, Sean Payton earlier in the week made a comment about the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling over to Denver and being a small market, made a small market team comment, and that was just him kind of throwing that back at them a little bit. I love it.
Guys, I'm so proud of you. I love you guys so much. Man, we're going to enjoy this flight back. Enjoy it, and let's get ready to roll on Wednesday, guys. Let's get ready to roll.
Hey, love you guys, man. Great job coming in here, getting a win against a really good team, but we're a good team. So, two more. We got 2 more left. Every one of them's huge, man. Come back ready to work on Wednesday. Enjoy the next couple days. Jags on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Jags on 3. 1, 2, 3. Jags. I just accidentally hung up on somebody. I apologize. If you just call us back, we'll answer your questions. JB, into that Jacksonville Jaguars locker room. What's up? What'd you think?
Well, I think the Jags are a team that you got to take serious, especially after this win. And this just proves my point of, this is obviously a playoff match right here that we had yesterday.
Yes, sir.
They might see each other again, and it could be a different result. It could be the same result. Like, this is just what we've been saying all year long in that AFC playoff picture. It's unknown. It's unknown who's going into this thing hot, what quarterbacks are playing really good, and you can arguably say Trevor Lawrence is the best AFC quarterback right now. Like, you can arguably.
Yes, sir. JB, can I pause you real quick? I hate to interrupt you. We're getting another call finally being used. Here we go. Speaking out loud, this Rene. What's your name? What you want to talk about? Cheech, what's happening?
Here we go, Steelers going to Super Bowl. We're hot, baby. We're hot, baby.
Steelers are back. We're feeling good. Steeler Nation feeling great right now, huh?
I'm back.
He's back.
Fully invested.
Yeah, now I am. We'll see what happens next week.
Well, hey, realistically, Cheech, are we seeing a playoff win at home, or do we get bounced in the first round?
I only fear one team, and it's the Bills.
Fear one team, and it's the Bills. And I honestly, as we hang up here, I will answer that. I will reply to that. Cheech, I appreciate your call, man. Let's have a day. Let's have a hell of a week.
Sir.
Later.
Good one.
JB, before we go on to this Jacksonville Jaguars winning here, let me just reply to what he just said there. He said the only team that he's scared of in the AFC is the Bills. I like that comment, but it's a subtle slap in the face to the locker room that we just saw enjoying their victory there. And like you said, it's open as it can be. Yesterday, I'm going to ask you here in just a bit, do you stand tall on your statement that you made 2 weeks ago about Bo Nix and big time moments? Because we did follow that after the criticism that you got. We followed that by saying, can Bo Nix do this on a consistent basis? We saw him do it once. A lot of players can do it one time. I mean, no disrespect to your boy Nine and JJ McCarthy, but we saw him do it once. And a lot of us decided to put him on a pedestal and kind of heighten up the expectations when in reality it's just like, all right, let's just get one game at a time here. One game at a time. Bo Nix fans, Broncos fans have put Bo Nix on such a high pedestal that they're comparing him to the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. Whenever you made your statement, and correct me if I'm wrong here, whenever you made your statement about Bo Nix and not being able to necessarily trust him just yet, you weren't insulting Bo Nix. All you were saying is like, yo, let's take a step back, let's calm down, and let's realize that Bo Nix isn't the reason that the Broncos are winning. Bo Nix is potentially the reason that they're being held back. And that's not a knock on him and what his potential is. It's just that it's not there yet. But the Broncos team is ready to make a run to the Super Bowl. But when I say team, I mean the defense. The defense is locked, loaded, and ready to go. I mean, they're the leading team in sacks in the league, and they're just being held back by the lack of great QB play. We just need consistent QB play from Bo Nix, and we didn't see that quite. Yes, we saw that in the first half, not there in the second half. There in the fourth quarter, they made a little bit of a run. Jacksonville got a little conservative, which we hate to see, but they were able to, put that dog to sleep. But as you were saying about the Jacksonville Jaguars, JB, or am I wrong there? As how I felt, how you were talking about Bo Nix here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, people love to,
Jump
point
the
out,
gun a bit.
say this and that about Bo Nix. Like, it's not even that I was being like super critical on Bo Nix either. It's just earlier this season, he was holding this team back. Yeah, they during this winning streak, he strung together a lot of games where he played really good in the second half, where he brought this team back. Now, this is what happens when you play a playoff team. That was my entire point. What are you going to get in the playoffs when you're playing a team that is almost the same caliber as you, playing really good offense, playing, good defense as well. Like, the Jaguars are not a joke. The Jaguars are not a joke. And I think this was a big statement win. And if Bo Nix has to play a team like this in the playoffs, which he's going to have to, he's going to have to see a Justin Herbert probably. He's probably going to have to see Josh Allen, maybe in that wild card matchup. And then as far as the seventh seed, who the heck is the seventh seed right now in the AFC in that picture?
Seventh seed.
Seventh seed. Oh, Houston.
Yeah,
So
which is
it looks
it's
like
gonna it might switch dependent on.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's fair to say that the Jags will probably end up winning the division.
Jags should win that division. But I'm telling you, when it comes to playoff time, we don't know what we're going to get with any of these quarterbacks.
Yeah, and we saw a bit of a step back. Not only Bo Nix, Drake May looked a little.
It
was a little worrisome there at the beginning of the game in Baltimore, and they were able to come out victorious. But it was concerning to see a lot of these younger quarterbacks kind of not step up to the plate in a game where I think expectations were risen, and there was a lot of questions that were going to be answered, but didn't quite get answered. Another quarterback that concerns me too, JB, while we're talking about young quarterbacks, is CJ Stroud. I mean, the same concerns that we have about Bo Nix, I think we can start leaning over to CJ Stroud. I think we're giving CJ the benefit of the doubt because we saw what he did his rookie season, but we have yet to see that again. And as of right now, I mean, the Houston Texans, although they did get a win over the Las Vegas Raiders, and shout out to Max Crosby, I mean, absolute dog, man. You almost feel bad for Max, or at least I did watching that game yesterday. I'm just like, man, Max Crosby deserves to be on a winning team. And I hate that he's the focal point of the rebuilding that's going to be happening in Vegas. But yeah, damn, man, Max Crosby. Let's get Max Crosby to a winning team, because watching him just effort plays, constantly being in the backfield, just disrupting an entire game. We need to see him. We need to see him in a playoff game. But for CJ Stroud, JB, I mean, like, we got to get some type of consistency. I mean, the defense, Singletary got that pick six. They scored. That was the only score for that offense for a while until they were able to close the game out. But I mean, I know we said before, like, if I'm Denver, I'm afraid to play Houston. Like, after yesterday's game, I almost see it the other way. It's like Houston does have, if defenses cancel out and we're looking just at offenses, like, I don't know that I trust CJ and that offensive line right now. And I hate to keep pointing at the offensive line, but it feels like I don't want to give CJ an excuse because the way that we judge everybody else, but that offensive line is so bad. But CJ has to figure something out, man. What do you think it is?
I don't know. I don't know
It's
what
hard to
it is.
pick, huh?
Maybe it's just not coming together. Maybe he's one of those guys that needs a good offensive coordinator to help kind of turn things around. I really, or maybe this is the ceiling. Maybe CJ Stroud's hit his ceiling. Maybe it's just regressed. Maybe it could be time for a quarterback change. I don't know.
No. All right, overreaction Monday.
If you have a winning defense right now, and then you still got, I mean, Nico Collins is still making plays. Dalton Schultz still making plays. I think it's just going to come down to if he can catch on fire. Like, if he can get on fire, before this playoff
Houston needs a little Eli Manning run. That's what Houston needs.
And that's the overreaction with the quarterback change happening. It's not like he played awful. It's just the offense was stagnant at times.
Stagnant.
You
especially against. I think to me, JB, is just the fact that it was against the Raiders. It's almost like the Cowboys, right? It's like
it could have been a trap game.
It's a get right game. Yeah, like come on, let's build some momentum here, so that way when we go into next week, we have something to build off of. A lot of teams have done it against the Dallas Cowboys. A lot of teams have done it against the Raiders. So to see them be that stagnant against such a shite team, it's like, damn, man, come on. This team is ready to go, and they got a good quarterback behind center. So it's like, why isn't the offense clicking for the Houston Texans? But hopefully they find some type of fire and are able to get it together come playoff season. But for the Denver Broncos, man, I mean, I think we got to get your buddy on just to kind of give us an explanation as to what's going on, or I guess our level of concern for Denver. I know they're sitting at number 1, but it was this specific game that we were looking at to see how they're going to match up in the playoffs. And I think in the playoffs, if it's not a perfect matchup for the Denver Broncos, I mean, my level of concern is up here, especially at home. It's not like they were on the road. We can't use that excuse, right? They were at home and got beat down. They didn't just lose, JB. They got beat down. And I know we do this whole at Chicago Bear fans, which we're going to go into their locker room here in just a bit, but we do this whole this comeback king thing. This look at the fourth quarter. A lot of the comments when you were talking about Bo Nix, it's like, look at the fourth quarter. Look at the fourth quarter. Look, do you guys not watch ball? Yes, but do you not watch 1, 2, 3 quarters? Do we just forget about the start of the game? Like, no, the only reason you're in those situations is because of your quarterback play. The only reason that those moments are created is because your defense is keeping you in games and your quarterback has yet to show up. So whenever we do those comments, you don't know ball, you don't watch ball, it's like, yo, relax, because we can use the same logic against you. We're just going to pretend like there wasn't 3 quarters played right before the fourth? You know what I mean? It's like people just are blind. We're just turn off our blinders. 1, 2, 3. And then fourth quarter, it's like, oh, they scored a touchdown. The greatest quarterback ever. Yo, relax. And with that being said, let's go over to the Bears. Before we go into their locker room, I would like you to address the comment that you made last week on the show. And I did kind of set you up here, JB, when I clipped it. Kind of on purpose. It's okay. There was no context to it. But the question was, who do you trust more at this point? And it was between CJ, Bo Nix, and Caleb Williams. I clipped you perfectly, so it kind of set TikTok on fire just a little bit. But a lot of people saying we don't know ball, blah, 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 blah. Do you think you owe Browns fans an apology for your comments on Caleb Williams, or are we standing 10 toes down on this?
I'm gonna still stand on it. I'm gonna still stand on it, and this is the reason why I'm still gonna stand on everything. And I was talking about this, Saturday night after that Bears game. Like, I will say this though, and I know you probably agree with this, but I mean, remember that Colin Cowherd statement when Ben Simmons was coming into the league, and he was so hyped about Ben Simmons and his potential and his future, and he's like, "Hey, LeBron." Remember that one?
Yeah,
you remember that clip?
Yeah,
it's one of the most famous clips, dude. We're good. You can go home now. Like, that turned out to be awfully wrong, right? But in this situation, we got a new wave of these young second-year quarterbacks. A couple of these guys are a little bit older, but these guys coming into the league, like, the league is going to be just fine. Like, we're still going to get high quarterback play. It's going to be played a little bit differently than maybe, the Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers era, all that kind of stuff. But it's a hybrid quarterback league, and it's starting to take off, with Caleb Williams making big plays. See, that's one thing that I think I would have Caleb Williams over Bo Nix is the big play potential. And I think we see it because of the arm talent. Like, Caleb Williams has good arm talent. We talk about arm talent, like Matthew Stafford is probably the best arm talent in the league by what he does. But Caleb Williams, as far as like extending plays and making plays and things like that, like it's at a high level, and it's not too consistent, but you can tell what it could be, and that's the scary part. So that's what I'll say about the quarterbacks.
We do that every year, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like if we just look back at like the first thing that comes to my head is Zach Wilson. Do you remember watching Zach Wilson come out of the draft and everybody was like, "Oh my goodness, the Steph Curry fadeaway shots right here! Like it's crazy what he's doing with his arm talent." Blah blah blah. The Caleb Williams thing, and I'm gonna go a little further than you here. I would stand 10 toes down on your statement as far as we just need to relax on the clutch king thing or this thing, because we need to remember yet again the Bears are in this situation in the fourth quarter because of the lack of offensive play. Like we can't forget about quarters 1, 2, and 3, and whenever they play a good team that doesn't have all pros hurt, they're gonna lose. And all I'm saying to Chicago Bears fans is enjoy what you got in front of you, but be humble. Be humble, mate, because it's gonna come. There's gonna come a time when they play a team that doesn't get hurt in the second half, and that comeback isn't going to happen. Hello, knock on that door and ask the Denver Broncos how that went. You know what I mean, JB? Let's let's play out the scenarios that have happened for
Bears are in that same category.
Okay?
Bears are very close in that same category as Bo Nix and the Broncos.
Yes, and we're just we're saying is
even more so.
I understand, JB, and I understand. Maybe we were a little out of context whenever we said that thing about Caleb Williams not being clutch. Blah blah blah. Right? Like obviously, solid talent. Why are we in those positions though? Look, JB, we look all the way back to the New York Giants. This was about 7 weeks ago. They're losing that game. It looks like they're probably going to lose, and then Jackson Dart goes out with concussion. And all of a sudden, I mean, obviously, you lose your quarterback. It's not going to go very well for you, right?
Exactly.
Boom.
Comeback.
Okay. Got him.
There's
right?
one.
I mean, Minnesota Vikings, no offense, right? It is what it is.
The special team set up at that point, comeback. It counts as a comeback, but that was 3 handoffs in a row to set him up in field goal range after a kickoff return that went for about 45 yards to set that up.
Steelers game, I would say that's a good win. That's a good win, although there's a lot of question marks over what the Steelers are. And I think if you're a Steelers fan, if you're a Steelers fan, you're still a bit confused, right?
Yeah.
But you're just like, hell yeah, we're in the dance. So shout out to you. And then they get a big win over Philly. Philly's like the most, those 2 wins. So you got to give them credit for those 2 wins, right? Then they go drop into the Packers. The Browns, complete blowout, no fun. And then they got the Packers. I guess I should shut my mouth.
I mean, should you though? Like,
I mean, it's happened to him 3 times.
Like, if we get if Jordan Love plays that game, although shout out Malik Willis, like he played a decent game, but obviously you have to change up the offensive play calling a little bit for a backup quarterback that comes in cold. You saw a lot of plays made on his legs, a couple good throws by Malik Willis. Like he's done no disrespect to that, but he's played good when the number's been called on him in Green Bay. I will say that, but the play calling does change a little bit when you bring a backup in. The offense is not going to move as efficiently with a backup in. So that allowed the Bears to come back. And that's my downfall in the Bears. Like when they play, a good solid playoff team, what's really going to happen? What's really going to happen to this team? And I don't know.
And this weekend, and no fault of their own. No fault of their own.
I just don't think they're there yet. I don't think the Bears are there yet. Yeah. They're still a year or 2 away from really being a legit team. I think they still got a couple holes. I think that defense is a little weak. So
to answer Aaron here, how come we're not giving Caleb their flowers? We are giving Caleb their flowers, but the fans just got to bring it down just a little bit. And we're only saying this because we can't just look at that Saturday game. And like I said, they played who's in front of them. It wasn't their fault. Jordan Love gets hurt, right? But let's not act like that didn't happen. Let's also not act like the Packers didn't have Micah Parsons, right? Their 2 best players go out and somehow the Bears are still almost going to lose that game. I mean, if it's not a miracle from the football gods that gives them that onside recovery, that game is over, and we're having a complete different conversation about Caleb Williams.
No offense.
All I'm saying is that we can't push aside all that was coming until that onside kick, just because of that. And granted, they go into overtime, and I mean, he throws an absolute dart, and that's when we give him his flowers, because the potential is 100% there. But we can't just turn a blind eye to everything else that we saw before that. That's all we're saying is just, relax, enjoy the wins, because they're hard to come. I mean, ask the Detroit Lions. That team feels like they're completely falling apart right now after all the success they had. The switch can turn instantly. We saw it in Houston. CJ Stroud has a season of his life. And then what? Last 2 years, it's like, where the hell did they go? That's all we're saying. Be humble. Be humble. We watch ball, but it's like we forget about the first 3 quarters whenever we want to talk ball, right? At least that's what it seems like with Bears and Bear fans in the comments. It's like, don't start saying this guy's top 3 in the league. Like, chill out. You forget, maybe top 3 in the league in the fourth quarter or in the last 2 minutes. We'll give you that, right? But shout out to the Bears getting a massive victory. And with that being said, let's give this team their flowers and let's go into their locker room after a massive win over the Green Bay Packers. This is actually one of my most fun locker rooms here, JB. We've been throwing. I've almost kind of, I don't want to say purposely, but if you controlled the show, you'd probably throw on Philadelphia Eagles locker room. So I almost kind of do this, just throw a little bit of shade because y'all beat us, but it is what it is. Here we go, Ben Johnson.
Hell yeah!
Let me tell you something right now. This is a special group.
Say it.
This doesn't happen everywhere, gentlemen. Where we are right now, what you guys are doing, it's no fluke. It's no fluke. You are mentally tough. You're physically tough, and you fight all 60 minutes.
Fluky so
Hell of
far.
a job. Hell of a job.
I will disagree with that. Because their season is fluky. And they are frauds to a certain extent. What's going to happen when you play a fully healthy team clicking, and they're going to be putting up points against that defense, and Caleb Williams has to come from behind? I'm talking about like how Bo Nix, you just have a team that you're playing against. Offensively, they're putting up points. Defense cannot get a stop. Okay, are you going to keep up with them? I don't know. That's what I'm talking about. That's because we seen that. We saw that yesterday with Bo Nix, a team that was putting up points. The defense was not stepping up, and that's the best defense in the league, right? Isn't Denver the best defense in the league? The Bears have nowhere near close to the best defense in the league. So if they play a powerhouse first round of the playoffs, if they're playing a Rams, if they're playing a Seahawks in the wild card game, are they going to keep up with that? I don't think so. I think it's too inconsistent. We see the splash plays, and everything, just to hop off your, piggyback off your point, dude. Like, it's just inconsistency. It's not for 4 quarters. And you're setting up great finishes like this where like big time plays happen. This is something that we talked about like in college with Fernando Mendoza a few weeks back when he had that game-winning drive, but he kind of set that up. So these guys are doing the same thing. They're doing the same thing. So what happens when you play a Matt Stafford who's on fire in the wild card? You got to host the Rams in the wild card. Who knows?
You know what, JB?
That's where my doubts come in. Because these guys are too inconsistent. They're too inconsistent. Caleb Williams is too inconsistent. The accuracy is not there all the time. He's done a great job of not taking sacks, of not holding on to the ball, throwing the ball away. That's what he's done. That's probably his biggest improvement that we've saw. But the inconsistency with the accuracy is still there a little bit, So it's after that, you got to put this all together. Bo Nix, Caleb Williams, got to put it all together. And granted, they've started 30 games maybe in their entire career so far. Still not a full resume. Still not a full platter. We still have a lot of potential yet to see that needs to develop. But these guys are young guys. And when you put them up against adversity with a team that comes in hot, Stafford, veteran team, really good offense, that your defense is not going to hold, how are you going to respond to that? And I think it's just too inconsistent of QB play. And when it comes down, it's going to come down hard. You guys are going to be sad. Same thing last year with my Vikings. I've seen it all.
Nate says here, so if the role was reversed and it was Dak making the fourth quarter comebacks, would you feel the same way as you do now? I think we would have a little. No, it would be the same thing. It would be the exact same thing. Like right now with the Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott leads the league in passing yards. Who cares? Your team stinks. Your team stinks. Your offense doesn't look good whatsoever. You look at that Cowboys offense yesterday, and it's like we have so much talent to suck this bad. And I get that all the pressure is on them because our defense can't stop a nosebleed. But even though the pressure is all on them, it's like, yo, we stink. We have too much talent on this team to have a stagnant offense. So if anything, when I look at the Dallas Cowboys right now, it's like, hey, you might have to blow this thing up. We might actually have to start thinking about the possibility of just blowing it up and maybe allowing Dak to go start off new somewhere else. And that's not a shot at Dak. That's just the reality of where the team is right now. Maybe we've already peaked. Maybe the Cowboys have peaked with Dak Prescott at the helm. Is the grass greener on the other side? It might not be. We might be setting ourselves up for a QB change like the Cleveland Browns. Hopefully not, but that is a possibility if we do move on from Dak. But
you got one more year with Dak.
Yeah,
one more year with Dak. Get the defense right. Do all you can. Buy in 100% on the defense.
Yep.
And if you cannot make a run and become contenders, and you're in the same boat this year for some reason, I don't know. I don't think it'll be this bad next year. But then you got to think, okay, we reached our potential with this guy.
Yeah.
We can't keep him around.
Bad time to start. They got the bread.
At the end of the day, it's about winning games. It's about being a contender. It's about being a Final Four team. And if they can't do that, they're going to do that's the Vikings got rid of Kirk Cousins. He brought him so far, won a couple playoff games. That was it. And that's what Dak is. That's what Dak is. He's a younger Kirk Cousins, more mobile, puts up great stats, always has the receivers. And
results. We got to make the results. But let's not get caught up on the Dallas Cowboys. That 1% chance was thrown out. We blew out that candle last week, so we're not going to waste too much time talking about that team, JB. Because if we do, you're going to send me on a rant for like 15 minutes, and I am not ready for that. I was not prepared for that because I told myself mentally coming in, I was like, hey, we're not dragging out this Cowboy conversation. No, we're not. A team that doesn't matter anymore whatsoever. No, sir. Let's finish this locker room chatter for the Chicago Bears here.
All week long, we had to be great in the red zone. We had to be great in the red zone. 0 for 5 defense in the red zone. Now bear with me for a second. I got 4 game balls here. All right?
Bear with me. I like that.
That sequence there at the end.
All right, let's go through these game balls.
Cover 0.
Appreciate the play call. We knew what we were doing. I seen that when we had it at practice. Appreciate y'all. We had almost the exact same look. 0. I knew Caleb was gonna give me a chance. Perfect ball. At the end of the day.
All right, hey, make sure you enjoy it. All right. The big games, they keep coming now. That's right. The big games keep coming. The job is not done. Do not forget that. Do not forget that. Bring it on in! Come on. Here we go. Come on. Turn me up, man. Good, better, bad. Good, better, bad. Never let it rest. Never let it rest. Good gets better. Good gets better. Better gets better. Better gets better. Bears on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bears!
Yo, man! Every time we go into the locker room, though, it does make me like them just a little bit more. JV, are we fans?
I just can't. But Nate's question right here. I think we should, after week 16, obviously we got the 49ers and Indy game tonight, but I think we should talk about who's in that. Renee, you go first though. that Super Bowl, who's in that Super Bowl bubble? You know, who's your top guys right now?
Well, in the AFC, like, are we going with do you want me to tell you like who I'm rooting for, or like who's in it?
I would say realistically.
Okay. So like in the NFC, I think you got to go. I think the Rams. I think they're a couple steps above everybody else in the NFC. I think
after what you seen the other day?
Yeah, even after Thursday. I think after that game on Thursday, coming out of that Thursday night game, JB, we paid our respects to Seattle and for what they did. That was a dogfight as expected. But I mean, the Rams lost that game. The Rams should have blown them out of the water. I think we realized how much Davante Adams matters to that team, especially there in the red zone. I mean, they got to the red zone twice there in the beginning of the game, and they couldn't finish. Typically, with Davante Adams in the game, they do get those scores, especially if you get a one-on-one matchup on the outside. So, to me, I think I learned more about the Rams coming out of that game than I did the Seahawks. I mean, the Seahawks definitely showed that they're quite battle tested. Sam Darnold had 3 turnovers that game. I don't know that they'll make it out of that against any other team. I think they just, I mean, the momentum is real, right? Like, momentum is so real. You got Jason, which the Rams fired their special teams coordinator after that, but Shaheed runs that punt return back, and it just seems like momentum shifted, and it never came back to the Rams side, going 3-and-out there in the fourth quarter and allowing them to get back in the game. Like, I don't see that happening again, and because of that, I do think that the Rams are far ahead, especially after the Packers losing Micah Parsons, and the injuries just finally catching up to the Packers. I do think that the Rams come out of the NFC. And for the AFC I think is so open. I think right now who I favor, I think I'm going to go with, I mean, the team I trust the most right now is probably the Jacksonville Jaguars. If I'm being honest, I think AFC is going to be Houston and Jacksonville in the AFC Championship. We're so caught up on this Buffalo Bills. You see Dan Orlovsky from ESPN just glazing Josh Allen and whatnot, but the same critiques that we have about Caleb Williams and Bo Nix can be pointed at Josh Allen. I mean, ultimately, JB, when you look at that Buffalo Bills team, like, if you were to remove Josh Allen from that team, and then this is where people can have the argument as to why Josh Allen should be the MVP of the league. But I think it would be the same way if you remove Matthew Stafford from the Rams. But if you take off Josh Allen from that picture, that Buffalo team kind of stinks.
Oh, yeah, they're bad.
The defense stinks. The offensive line, I mean, kind of looks sloppy. It seems like Josh Allen's always kind of running for his life. I mean, outside of James Cook, who sometimes isn't even their best runner, because Josh Allen seems to always be on the scramble, making plays with his legs. I don't know that I trust the Buffalo Bills, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit, especially with their kryptonites out of the playoffs. I still don't know that they're going to get over the hump this year. Who do you got coming out of the NFC and the AFC?
NFC, I still like the Rams. They did give that game away. Sam Darnold, when Sam, the game set up perfectly, though. It really did for Sam to have a really career-making moment. And yeah, he played really bad. Man, I was like, oh yeah, thank God we got rid of this guy. You know, I thought the same thing. Clock struck 12. Here comes the pumpkin performance. And it was there. It was there. But with some of the things, the run game that he leaned on to make the big plays, special teams stepped up. That was more of Sam Darnold. Just the opportunity was there and he took advantage of it. And he kind of changed the narrative of what we really had.
Yes,
you know, of my narrative, and I think a lot of other people's narrative too. So he sees the opportunity, the moment presented itself, and he seized it. So that's, congrats to Sam Darnold. But yeah, I think the Rams are still the cream of the crop of the NFC. And I think there's too much inconsistencies. The Bears, too inconsistent quarterback play. Not enough I haven't seen just a consistent game. And
we haven't seen 4 quarters.
Yeah,
Got to see
and I
4.
still think this team is not for real. Like, if Jordan Love plays that game, I don't think the Bears win that game. I really don't think they win it. A little bit of luck was on their side, with the onside
Shouldn't
kick.
have
So
won a
I don't
game
trust
without
the
him.
Bears. Eagles, too much inconsistency with the offense. We don't know what the heck's going on. There's no identity. If Saquon can rush for 150 a game, then this team is really hard to beat. But if he doesn't, like I said, inconsistent QB play. We don't know what to expect. So I don't think they're going to be it.
Can I
We
pause
spoke
you right
about the
there real
Rams.
quick?
Huh?
Can I pause you right there real quick?
Yeah.
Because I didn't bring up Philly, which Philly was actually my pick at the beginning of the season to represent the NFC. And I don't think that we should overlook this Philly team at all. I mean, we've seen them do it. We saw them do it last year. So for us to disrespect them and just push them to the side like they're nothing, I have to show my respect for this team because JB, they have had a lack of inconsistency, but they've had injuries throughout the year that slowly, just kind of pull and tug at what the recipe for success is for them. They're getting Lane Johnson back. They're getting Jalen Carter back. Perfect timing. Let's go into Buffalo. Let's win that game, and let's build some momentum going into the playoffs. Because when it comes to playoff football time, JB, what wins it? In the trenches, O-line, D-line. What does Nick Sirianni pride himself on with that team? Him and Howie. O-line, D-line, Howie. O-line, D-line, Howie. So if they can even get that moving just a little bit, I trust them more than I do Chicago. I trust them more than I do Seattle. I trust them more. I think San Francisco is kind of here, but I just feel like San Francisco is really good. We deemed them playoff contenders about 4 or 5 weeks ago. We gave them their flowers for making the playoffs, and they finally clinched it yesterday because of the Detroit Lions loss, them and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles being back-to-back champions for the first time since 2010 or something like that in the NFC East. But this Philly team, I mean, that 49ers team, it just feels like the injuries are probably going to catch up.
Yeah.
I think they maybe win a playoff game, but I think in the second round, I think the injuries will finally catch up. And with that being said, I mean, Philly, we can't look past them, JB. We cannot look past this Philly team because if Jalen Hurts can get on a Nick Foles run, boy, oh boy, we might have back-to-back champions in Philadelphia. But go ahead.
No, yeah. It for me, it's just too inconsistent. And I think what makes the Eagles going to be hard to beat is going to be if they can get that running game going. So we'll see. And if there's a game where Saquon's kind of getting shut down, then I don't know. I don't know if I trust it. I don't know. I would still take the Rams over the Eagles, but it could be an NFC Championship rematch. Rematch.
With
from
no
last
snow
year in the
this time
playoffs.
in LA. Get
Yeah,
your redemption.
so I just
Get
think
your
the Rams are
redemption.
still good, but there's too many question marks with the Eagles. 49ers, yep. I think they're a good team. It's just they're too injured defensively, and I think it's going to show up eventually. And when you play that opponent that's going to be scoring and taking advantage of that defense, which is, it's been playing good, but when does that catch up to you? So that's my concern with the 49ers. So I still got the Rams in the NFC. As far as the AFC, Broncos, Patriots, it's the same thing. I don't know. It's the quarterbacks. They're unproven to me. Hard to pick them. It's really hard to pick one or the other to make a run. If I could pick a team out of those two guys, I think one of those teams are in the AFC Championship game. I don't know which one. I think I would go with the Patriots because I feel a little bit better about Drake May. I think I feel a little bit better about Drake May.
Hey, they're getting a lot of criticism. They're calling them.
It's hard. That's a really hard one. I just can't even. It's Monday morning. It's early. I don't know. I got to put my thoughts together on that one. But in the AFC, man, the Bills, right? You want to go with Josh Allen. You want to go with Josh Allen. From what I've seen, man, the Jaguars have really caught fire. Is this team for real?
Yeah.
This team is for real.
They proved it.
This team is for real, man. And Trevor Lawrence is playing really good. And he's putting 4 quarters together. And you can see that. And that's what happens when Bo Nix, he can't put a half together. He's just, man. Jaguars look good, but their first round matchup might be the Bills. So that's my only thing. I think it's going to be Jaguars or Bills. Whoever wins that game, it goes on the run in the AFC.
Jags and Bills are your two.
Jags and Bills are my two teams for the AFC. Texans, I still like the Texans. I think they can get hot. I think like CJ Stroud, like all he needs is just put that Eli Manning run together when you're in the playoffs. Just play good in the playoffs. Like I would still be scared of them. Like, look, Patriots and Texans, they're going to put a lot of pressure on Drake May. They're going to force Drake May to beat them. And if the Broncos drop to that number 2, like I really like the Texans, but I think the Texans are playing upset right here against Patriots or the Broncos. That's going to be huge.
The Jags can end up with the first round bye if the Patriots or Broncos lose at least one more game. So that would be interesting to see how that one plays out. And then you look at the NFC. We look at the NFC picture here.
Really benefit. That bye week is huge.
You look at the NFC picture here, JB. If the playoffs started today, you tell me you got the Rams going over to Chicago. You tell me if you're a Chicago's fan, you're just doing this. You're saying, "Oh, bring it on, bring it on." We got Clutch Caleb in the room. No, sir, that's a beatdown waiting to happen.
I think it is. I think it is. I think Chicago will fall flat on their face. You know, it's a great run that they're having. Great run, but when it ends, it's going to be sad.
Yeah, just remember, we told you so. We told you so, Bear fans. Bear down. JB, another cool locker room. Let's go into it real quick. Let me pull it up for you. All right, so just to be clear, you said Bills and who? Bills and Jags?
Jags are my two teams in the AFC that I really like, and they're probably going to be a first round. They could be a first round matchup. I don't know. We'll see. But those are my two teams. I don't know which one to pick yet. That's for next week.
I got NFC. So for me, NFC is going to be Philly, Rams. AFC, I'm going to go Jags and Texans.
Jags and Texans. Okay.
Yep. And who I would like to see in the Super Bowl, Rams and Jags.
Wow.
I like Jags have been fun. We just low-key been in their locker room week after week, JB. They're like on a 7-game winning streak. It's been fun. It's been fun watching that team kind of play out. Real quick, before we go into the next winning locker room, JB, if the Steelers win out, they clinch the division, and the Ravens need the Steelers to lose out. They play in Week 18 to make that game worth anything. So if you're the Steelers, just get a win and you're in, and you win the division. I believe it's 18th winning season, 19th winning season for Mike Tomlin as a head coach. I believe it's 22 for the Pittsburgh Steelers as a total. Super Bowls 1, 2 for the Steelers, 1 for Mike Tomlin, if I'm correct there. But shout out to the Steelers, man. The Steelers, hey, I don't know exactly what you are. Your defense looked a little bit better without Mr. Watt. That's kind of weird. But when he comes back, hopefully they could keep the momentum going.
Over under on DK Metcalf getting suspended a game.
I think 1 game. All right, well, do you want to go there first or you want to go to the locker room?
Yeah, let's show that. Or we can show this clip, and then we can get into the DK Metcalf.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's go into massive win. You know, Baker
Massive
Mayfield.
win. Does anybody want to win the NFC South?
Nobody wants it seems like it. Let's go into the Carolina Panthers locker room here.
Here it is. There was going to come a moment. Okay? Yes. Offense had a moment. We went down the field. Ryan nailed the field goal. Hey. And then the defense had a moment to make a play. Yep. It was looking a little grim right there, okay? But guess what? Just give us one more chance. How are we going to get it done? Together. Talking together, communicating the whole time. Everybody was in it the entire time. That's what it's going to take, okay? We got some cool stuff right here, okay? First of all, Bryce, 12th game winning drive of his career. Let's go.
12th game winning drive of his career. Should we crown him? Borba?
Yeah, we don't hear none of that around Bryce Young.
Yeah. Boom, had a sack. DB had a sack. And then Ransom for the interception to seal. We've been playing championship playoff football for a long time, okay? For weeks and weeks. We just got to keep continuing to find a way. We got a hell of an op coming up, boys. Let's celebrate the hell out of this. Just a reminder, okay, tomorrow you're coming in for a workout. We're back to work on Tuesday. Okay, back to work on Tuesday so we can get at it. Okay?
Hey, man, we not done yet, bro. Let's go. Hey, we said it from the beginning, man. This is everything we wanted come December. This is it. We got to focus these next 2 weeks so we can get down with the we've been talking about since April. Hey, back to work Tuesday. Hey, family on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey.
Ooh. Not as much juice as the other locker rooms there, but it felt if you almost get the feeling that
it's been a long road for the Panthers. They have been down in the dumps, and to see this happen, you know, it's good. It's good for Panther Nation, right? Like it's a good little story. You know, it's a quiet story.
So.
Hey, that was my dark horse, man. We got to find that clip. That was my dark horse this year.
Yeah, beginning of the
Panthers,
season.
and it started off rough. I was like, you know, to take that clip down, you know. But,
let's not clip that one.
Yeah, let's not clip that one. But yeah, this is definitely, you know, dark horse, man. They might not do a lot of damage. They might be one and done, you know, but still a good run.
It's
still
been
a
fun.
good run.
It's been fun. It's cool to see the up and up from the Carolina Panthers. I mean, just if we go back through their storyline, I mean, they went from being one of the jokes of the NFL, as some would say, the clowns. But they've been able to flip the script, and you feel for Bryce Young, all the criticism because him coming out of the draft, right? The expectations they put on him was this is the Steph Curry of college football, blah blah blah. He comes into the league already undersized, and has a rough start, gets benched at one point. They come out this year, they make a move for Rico Dowdle from Dallas, and he comes out and he's having the season that he's having. And I mean, they're a product of their division, so I don't want to get too crazy about the praise here, but the storyline is absolutely cool, and it's nice to see that David Tepper, I believe it's David Tepper, but Tepper's the last name, the owner for the Carolina Panthers. He's made a massive investment into this team, and it seems like he's finally reaping the benefits of that investment. So Carolina Panthers, go off, man. Go. Why not go win that division and make a little run into the playoffs? Because it sure does seem like Baker Mayfield and the Bucs don't want it. And now questions are being raised. Is Todd Bowles the problem in Tampa? Maybe. And remember, Liam Cohen, they tried to keep him, JB. They were trying to keep him, and then he made a trip to Jacksonville, came back, and they were still trying to up his pay, but he ended up making the decision to go to Jacksonville. What a decision. What an absolute decision. And this is what's crazy is sometimes the coaches are a product of their hires. And then whenever those hires get new jobs, you really feel it on these teams. Like, for example, you got Tampa Bay, you got the Detroit Lions losing their offensive coordinators, and this happens. And sometimes it takes years. Philadelphia did it, and then they come back the next year and win a Super Bowl. So it's not that it's not that the future looks dark, but hey, they're about a hire away is what it feels like. But JB, let's go over to the chatter in Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf had a bit of an altercation with the fan on the sideline. Let's go ahead and show you guys this clip real quick.
That's crazy.
DK is a fool. We thought Pittsburgh Steelers thought they got rid of George Pickens and they got rid of all the shenanigans, but yet brought in another diva and paid him a lot more to do these antics. And right now it sounds like they are facing a lot of steam. And JB, let me read you the comments that they actually got a hold of the fan here.
Yeah.
And the fan had a couple statements. Let me pull it up for you real quick. Let's read this. Let's see. The fan was found and they asked him. It says, it is not clear what led up to the incident, but Metcalf eventually threw a punch in the direction of the Lions fan. It wasn't a direct hit, but there was some contact. The Free Press, Detroit Free Press, tracked down the fan in the stands who said he was a little shocked, like everyone's talking to me. I'm a little rattled, but I just want the Lions to win, baby. My words don't matter because it was on camera, they added. When initially asked what his name was, the fan said, my name is biggest Detroit Lions fan ever that got attacked by DeKalin Zacharias Metcalf after getting Further pressed, the fan said his name was Ryan Kennedy and that he's from Pinckney, Michigan. So, JB, my understanding is DK Metcalf got pissed because he was addressed as his full government name, Decalian Zacharias Metcalf. If that's what drew you over the line, you deserve to be suspended, DK Metcalf. That is insane. If that's what took you over the edge, and allegedly that's what the fan said. We haven't gotten DK's perspective, nor have we gotten the audio. But if that is true, and that's what got him over the line to do that, bro's cooked. Bro is absolutely cooked. And now it makes sense whenever you see old clips of like him and DBs going at it. It's like, oh, this guy's a hothead. This guy's a meathead. Yeah. This guy's a brain of rocks. Anything you say, this guy can absolutely lose it. What was your reaction when you saw this?
I was like, no way, man. Like that was like, I was like shocked that he would, a player's actually putting their hands on a fan. Like, I don't know, man. That's just not a good look.
What if he makes contact?
Yeah, it's not a good look, man. It's not a good look.
If he makes contact, that might be crazy. And what's better, I mean, like, situations are situational, right? And that situation could have been a lot worse if that guy was with like a group of friends, right? But the fact that it felt like he was just alone, it kind of eased the situation. So it's almost like perfect for DK Metcalf. I think he'll get suspended a game, which sucks because the Steelers do need to win a game, so it hurts their team. And then they got Baltimore there week 18. So if they drop this one this weekend, man, all of a sudden that week 18 game looks tough. And Lamar Jackson is out with a back injury, so who knows how that's going to look for the Baltimore Ravens going forward. Maybe the Steelers don't even need to win because Baltimore might just shite down their leg. But this could be costly. I don't think more than a game, though. What do you think?
No, I think if it is anything, it would be a game. I don't think it's the rest of the season or anything like that. If it was worse, like if he was just throwing punches, if he threw maybe two, a right and a left or something like that, then I think it would be the rest of the season for sure.
Bro, imagine. So he grabs him, pulls him down right from his hair or his fake hair, which is hilarious. Yeah. Swings, misses. Imagine if he lands and the fan just falls over.
Yeah, like if it was something like that.
That's a clean hit. Him leaning, just vulnerable, just kind of dangling. Yep. If he connects, that fan is falling straight together. I mean, like, talk
we've
about
seen it before. We've seen it. We've seen it in the NBA when players they fight with fans. We saw the dang it, what the heck is that called? With the Pistons and the Pacers back in the day with all that
Malice in the Palace.
Malice in the Palace, dude. Like, I mean, that's season-long suspensions. So he's lucky. He's lucky. So I think it's one game at least, though, and it could cost this team too. It's one game, and it could cost this team.
It could really come back and bite them in the tush, bro. So still, I mean, like. Yeah, after Cheech called earlier in the show and was excited about the Steelers, but now it's like, damn, could you imagine they don't let's just say it is a 2-game suspension. Let's just speculate here, hypothetical. I think it's going to be 1, but let's just say it's 2 because the NFL wants to prove a point that there's no tolerance for that crap, right? If they lose these 2 games and they get bounced in the playoffs because of that, oh my goodness, the noise surrounding DK Metcalf in the offseason will be insane, especially because they just gave him the bag. Yeah. And for him being the reason they don't get into the playoffs, especially because this is a all-in year for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They go out and pay all that money on the defensive side of the ball, and they go get a 42-year-old man in Aaron Rodgers, and now now you miss the playoffs because some sideline antics because you're a hothead, didn't like your government name being said, which allegedly that's what was said, but. Yeah, that just can't happen, bro. That can't happen. Why are you over there to begin with?
Yeah, just can't happen.
Lock in. Like let's not act like it wasn't a close game. How are you not engaged? Get on your damn sideline. Like, come on, DK. I know it's easier said than done, but it's not. Like, what? That's crazy, bro. Like the fact to think that he's just walking around back there, like he's just kind of doing this, and then he just hears like Zacharias, And he's just like, oh, hell no. He just called me my middle name?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Imagine that, JB. That's crazy. DK's a fool, man. DK is an absolute fool. What'd you learn from this weekend?
Kind of what we've been saying. Everything is up in the air. I mean, you can easily say who's the best team in the NFL right now. And
Dude,
we have our favorites. We have our favorites, but this just proved it. This just proved how wide open it is. It hasn't been this wide open in years. Years. I can't remember. It might have been a decade since it's been this wide open, if not longer. I don't know. So this just proves what we've been saying all year. AFC playoff picture. No clue. I have no idea what's going on.
It's so
at this
open.
point. It's so open. You don't know what to expect. You got a lot of new young guns in the league right now, in the playoff mix. A lot of unproven arms, a lot of unproven quarterbacks, just a lot of unproven, a lot of what ifs right now. In the NFC, it's kind of the same thing. Kind of the same thing in the NFC. Yeah, you got Stafford. So you have Stafford, you have Jalen Hurts. In the AFC side, you got Josh Allen, guys that have been there before. So you kind of, our minds are just kind of like favoriting them a little bit, I feel like, and which I think deservedly so. You know, the Super Bowl champs from last year, obviously Stafford. We've seen that rivalry, what it's turned into the past couple years. So, man, but other than that, everything is just so wide open. Don't know what to expect. You know, it just proves our point. I don't know. We'll see you next week. Talk about it. You know, I don't know. No questions have been answered. No questions have been answered. Just a little bit of, you know, we told you so. Just a little bit, like, hey, calm down. You know, so that's what it is.
Relax.
That's what it is.
A lot of spots have been clinched. JB, the Seahawks are in, the Bears are in, the Eagles are in, the Niners are in, the Rams are in, and then now we're just waiting to see if it's going to be the Packers or Lions or the Bucks and Packers, Lions, Panthers, Bucks.
Panthers,
Bucks. Who wins the division gets in. Lions, Packers. If the Packers win out, or if the Packers just win one game, they're in. The Lions need to win out, and they need the Packers to lose out in order for them to get in. So I think it's probably fair to say, hey, Lions, it was a hell of a season. It was a hell of a season.
They had to win that game yesterday.
Yeah. Hell of a season. Hell of a season, Detroit. You'll be back better next year. You guys lost both y'all's offensive coordinators. I saw this stat that says you guys will be minus in the negative $24 million in cap space. So how will they rebuild? That'll be interesting. But as of now, it's fair to say that the Detroit Lions are out of the playoffs.
Some questions to answer in Detroit. Is this their window? Is their window closed? Big
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no because they got the backs. They got Penny Sewell. Yeah, the window's here. But we've seen the gymnastics, the cap gymnastics, how Sheila Ford has shown us that she's willing to spend money. So I think you got to give her the benefit of the doubt of how she's ran the organization these last couple of years. And I will say that the Detroit Lions will be back next year. We'll be back. I think if anybody drops off, it may be the Green Bay Packers. No Micah Parsons next year, and Josh Jacobs another year in it. I mean, he's already battling injuries to save his life, questionable every week. And then what is Jordan Love? What is Jordan Love? That's a question that Borba has continued to ask week after week because of the inconsistent in his play, and he shows it every week. One week looks great. The other week looks like shite. One half looks good. Second half looks butt. First half looks butt. Second half looks good. There's so much inconsistency on Jordan Love.
Media's already crowned Jordan Love like as a top 5 quarterback. It seems like. I don't know why. But
every time I watch someone talk about it, I always feel like it's here. It's like
very high. It's just like, he makes some bad plays every now and then. But other than that, he's really good. He just needs to get rid of the bad plays, which is true to an extent. But I don't think he's there.
But it's like at what point it's like, all right, now we're doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
Got to make the next jump.
But yeah, JB, that'll be interesting to me. I think that's all we got, huh? This weekend, Jake Paul fought against Anthony Joshua, got his jaw broken, lost that fight on Netflix. That was fun. That was cool. A lot of folks giving Jake Paul a hard time because it looked a little sloppy. It looked like Jake Paul was trying to do a little more UFC than he was boxing.
I think he was I think he realized.
It was fatigue.
There was a point in the ring where he realized, man, I gotta, I think that's what it was, a realization point. Like I have a chance of getting knocked out. I think you can kind of read it. You could kind of feel.
I think he knew. I mean, I think he knew going in, which the game plan was.
But
the game plan was we have to move around. Obviously, the way the fight started, I mean, he was running for his life. But that's what you like. If I'm no fighter, but just logically speaking, you're not going to go in there and stand in front of Anthony Joshua. Like, you're not. Your only chance is that you bounce around, boom, 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 hit him with one of these every now and then, maybe a little uppercut, like he did. I think I was more shocked that Jake landed some clean punches on Anthony Joshua more than anything. Like the first 3 rounds when he's moving around, at one point I was like, Anthony Joshua is starting to get frustrated. And then you see him trying to do the takedowns and stuff, and he's starting to push his head down. You could see his level of frustration rising. And then when they got to about the 3rd round, I was like, oh, Anthony Joshua is just doing what Floyd Mayweather did to Conor McGregor. He knows this is Anthony Joshua fights 12 rounds for a living. So you just waited out a couple rounds and you saw it. You saw the oxygen slowly start to leave Jake Paul. And then that's whenever AJ kind of unleashed on him, which was smart. And you got all these boxing heads that are like, you should have knocked him out in the first round. Why? Have a little fun. Show him you're not supposed to be here. Because JB, I don't know if you've ever just shadow boxed or punched a punching bag, and I encourage everybody else to kind of do it.
You get tired.
Just go in your garage. A little bit of heat, just a little bit of heat. And just go in there and hit a punching bag for 60 seconds and feel how exhausted you are. Now try that for 3 rounds, for 3 minutes. Just go in there, shadow box. You don't have to throw a punch every time. Maybe just count yourself. Let's just say throw 20 punches, 10 at full speed, and then you just bounce around. Boom, boom. I guarantee you, by the time you probably won't even get to that 3rd round or to that 9th minute. I bet you at about the 5th minute, you're kind of doing this. Your legs feel a little jello-y, your hands are low, and then now you got a 250-pound man, 240-pound man on the other side of you. Of course you're going to drop. My favorite thing was when he got clipped and he drops and he's like, whoa. Like he knew at that moment. He's just like, that was tough. You know that, have you seen that TikTok trend when it's like, you're probably wondering how I got here, and it does like that sound.
That's when he's like, that's when it needs to pause. Probably wondering how I ended up in this situation. And that's exactly what it was.
That was perfect, man. I actually think his stock went up. I did a TikTok or a video showing or giving my perspective, and it was just like, I think his stock went up. I think I'm watching the next fight because whoever it is that talks trash after what I saw from him, like if Jake were to land one, and we saw him land one on Anthony Joshua, and granted, I don't think it looks different. If you were to fight Gervonta, I think Gervonta does what Jake did. And the only difference is that if Gervonta lands the punch that Jake landed on Anthony Joshua, that's where the question is like, can Jake take that punch from Tank Davis? So I'm cool with the WWE matchups. Jake Paul, let's go ahead. Let's fight a little guy. Let's do it. It's more fun. It's more fun when Jake actually has a chance to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For as much trash as we talk about him not fighting people, let's remember this guy's like in his 12th fight. Like, yeah, give us Gervonta. Give me Ryan Garcia against Jake Paul. I'm there for it. Maybe not a main event, co-main event, and let's uplift another fighter. But if it's for free on Netflix, we don't give a crap.
Put it on.
Give us some. Go beat up Nate Diaz for a comeback fight. Why not? Why not? Another fight that happened. The masculine. How do you say it? Masculinity. Your boy can't talk. I guess I don't have none. Your boy, Mr. Andrew Tate. We found out, but he can't swing.
Hey, out of the ring
fight was bad.
Hey, he was out of the ring for what? He's been out of the ring for over a decade, 40 years old, playing a guy in his 20s, champion, considered,
Yeah,
he was,
I mean, it just
I
looked.
think he's on Love Island. That dude was on Love Island.
Yeah. A former NFL player is what I find out, and Chase Demore. But yeah, you thought Jake Paul's fight was bad. Go watch that one.
Yeah.
Go watch.
Man,
there's
they got
levels
me
to this. Levels. Andrew Tate. I mean, shout out. He went out and did it when he didn't need to. Multi-millionaire, whatever.
Yeah, didn't need to
He's
at all.
got
But
the Bugattis. But I'm sure there was a
keep
lot of
challenging
people
yourself. That's the thing. That's the thing about these millionaires. That's how to be successful. It's like a kind of a thing. Always challenge yourself. Always challenge yourself. That's for all of us. Never be comfortable where you're at. Always challenge yourself. Always try to bring the best out of you. And I'm sure Andrew Tate put the work in. Got the conditioning right. Training, all that stuff. It's just dude's 40 years old going up against a 20-something-year-old.
Yeah, and another guy who looked exhausted. Fatigue is real. Fatigue is real. So if you ever get in a scrap, bounce around for about a minute or two. Let that person get those haymakers out of the way, duck, dodge, and dip. And then once they're exhausted, boy, do they become a punching bag. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I hadn't experienced something like that, but I'm just assuming based off of what I've seen. And once exhaustion kicks in, all that technical stuff goes out the window, boy, and you're just trying to survive. For sure. But JB, I appreciate you rocking with us this morning, coming on. Jay, I appreciate you back there. It's Christmas week. Let's enjoy the festivities. Let's enjoy the joy. Spread the joy. Spread the love. And don't be afraid to text a buddy, text a brother, text a sister, or text someone you haven't reached out to in a while, and just let them know, hey, I'm here for you if you need it. Because we never know what anybody's going through. When sometimes we are great at being able to make it seem like life is just so perfect, and sometimes life is going great, and some things just don't seem like they're matching into place. And if that's you, I'm here for you, brother or sister. And this is a week where we get to be with our family and friends, so just embrace it, enjoy the moments that we have with them. The moments that you think of maybe having an argument, maybe don't. Maybe just talk about the good memories in life, because that's all we have. We just have this life to live. So live in the present, live in the present, and live for the future. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Speaking Out Loud. We'll be back tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Merry Christmas. See ya.